Hello, I'm here with Magda Polz. Hi, Magda. I would like to tell you about Magda. Magda is a wonderful therapist. We are here at the studio where she works in Warsaw. And Magda, where would we meet 8 years ago? Tell me about your story.
Actually, in a completely different place. That's a fact. We would meet we would be actually at a different scenery at south coast of Spain.
Wow!
Marbella, exactly.
Wow!
And yes, and I worked at the time at a Swiss bank. I was mainly. It was a Swiss bank catering for private clients, so-called highly net worth individuals.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a perfect place for that because, as we know, all the rich and famous of the world love Marbella and
Yes.
south coast of Spain. So, completely different environment, in fact.
What were you doing there, Magda?
I worked at the Swiss bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I cater for those clients at the time, and and now we are in Warsaw.
Mm-hmm. What happened? Why this big shift in your life? You know, it's like 180 degrees. Here I find you in beautiful studio where you take care of people, you make holistic massage, you do something completely different. What happened?
Yes, actually, when I come to think about that, it seems
Seems like a movie.
It seems unbelievable, actually, that if somebody had told me that, then I would never believe it.
No.
Actually, that such a change is possible. In fact, such a change of way of life, because it has to do with more than just a place. It is a change that happened in my mind and, in fact, in my soul. It was a change that happened by stages.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't like this, you just woke up and you changed it. Today I changed my mind.
No. No, it took a lot of time, and it took a lot of effort as well. Not to mention money. However, I think that life itself helped me in a way to become who I am today.
How?
Because first of all, the bank that I worked for withdrew from Spain, and I was offered a position in headquarters in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Wow, big international career.
Absolutely, yes.
Oh my gosh, you were on the top, Magda.
It was meant
and
to be
here we
that
are.
It was meant to be that way. However, something inside my inner voice told me that this is not the way for me, that this is not the way to go. And at that time I decided that I'd rather come back to Poland. I lived in Spain for several years then, and I decided to come back. I continued with my banking career here as well for a while, this time working for a Luxembourg bank. However, the bank...
You were always surrounded by VIPs, like the most rich people in the world.
International clients,
yes.
Of that sort, I would call them. And the bank, however, withdrew from Poland.
Another one.
Yes. So I thought, okay,
maybe it's not a coincidence.
Maybe it's not a coincidence.
Maybe there is something else I can do. Yeah.
Absolutely, that there is something to
I
it.
follow that.
And there was a change in my life as well. I become a mother, and obviously that changes a lot. I was taking care of my son, and I found it not enough. Satisfying. However, I've always wanted to do something professionally, and so I decided to start a company a small company, and I opened a business. And the closest business to what was filling my life at the time was a nursery, or as you might call it, a kindergarten. So,
oh my God! From the top of the world in business-wise, you are opening little kindergarten in Poland.
Yes.
This is incredible.
yes, this is what
So that was the beginning of the big change, I would say. How do you feel about it?
Yes, that was the beginning. Obviously, I didn't do it by myself alone. I found partners who were in the children business already.
Okay.
So we somehow combined our strength, their experience and my knowledge about business, about finances, and so on. And the place exists.
It's near here.
It's near here.
It's
Exactly.
in Warsaw, in Mokotów.
Warsaw, Mokotów, Malczewskiego Street.
What is the name of the place?
It's called, I would translate it as Our Little House or Our Little Home.
And in Polish?
In Polish it's called Nasz Mały Domek.
Ah, okay.
So it's actually quite funny because at every stage in my life I do something else. I do something different than in a previous stage. So
Totally opposite.
yes, because by trade I'm in fact an interpreter. So banking wasn't my sort of first choice either. However, I took advantage of that. Then a next opportunity arose, so I've taken advantage of that as well. However, it seems that even having and running the kindergarten, did not fulfill my inner need that I felt.
Something was missing.
Something was
Again.
missing. I couldn't actually, truly find what it was or define what it was. And then I met Zofia Ćwiklińska. She's an extraordinary person and she helped me discover it.
How?
I turned to her with a problem which I wanted to solve, and she helped me with that. But on the way, it turned out that I have a very special possibilities that I was
Like
born
a gift.
with. You might call it that way. A gift, maybe, or something that some special possibilities that you can use. And it turned out that I've always wanted to. I've always somehow my soul, I would say, craved for that, for that care of people, to take care of others, to be able to help them in a way. And when I was little, I wanted to become a doctor. It never happened. I don't know why.
In some sense, it's happening now because you had people.
In fact, yes. In fact, it is happening now. So I think it was really big change, a change of perspective and change of my thinking as well.
What happened with your thinking, Magda?
The thinking that you are not able to. The convictions that you have, that your life is supposed to be or look in a certain way, that you don't imagine yourself in a different position, in a different role, but actually it is possible, and you don't, if it happens according to what your soul needs, then you don't even miss those things that you had. I don't have a notion that I miss those days so badly, or I miss my status that I had at the time, because obviously
you mean money-wise or
money-wise and prestige-wise, the way people perceive my person, all that somehow became not important.
So you're saying it was a process. It didn't happen like this.
No, it was not a change overnight.
No.
No, it was a process, and it was tough at times.
Yes.
I wouldn't like to use the word difficult, but there were hard days, as in everybody's life, particularly when you have to get used to or adjusted to new environment, which Poland was for me at the time as well when I came back from abroad. So yes, it was a big change. Now I see it.
I suppose I can imagine you in these banks with all these VIP people, that you were even dressed differently, no? Everything was different. Incredible. It's like a new life, like you were newborn.
Yes, actually, I never thought of it that way, but yes, it is. When I look at my photos from those days, I hardly recognize myself.
Really?
It's not that I've changed appearance-wise, but definitely the way I dress,
Yes.
the way I maybe even move, the way I speak maybe as well. I don't know. It all somehow has undergone a change. So. And there is another change that happened. The satisfaction that I have from my life is at a completely different level, I would say. It used to be more superficial on the ego-based level, I think. And these days when I do something that I really enjoy and that really makes me happy, then it somehow makes life worthwhile. So yes, you made me think about that really, because I never made such a retrospection.
I'm here for that, Magda. So you feel satisfied now, and you don't regret anything, that you had this wonderful life full of glamour and also money, meeting rich people in the world, all this international businesswoman. Now you do something totally opposite, so you don't regret your choices.
No.
You are happy about it.
Yes.
You don't miss anything.
I don't have any second thoughts.
Never.
No, I wouldn't say that I have. Obviously, there are those moments when you miss sunshine, Spanish sunshine, definitely.
Oh, that's the only thing you're missing.
But apart from that, not much.
No.
Not much. I've accepted what I have, which was actually for me as well at the beginning hard to believe that I really can, that I have those possibilities and I can help people in therapy. And now I have accepted that, and I can say that I have accepted who I am.
So can you say that you have found your way to be satisfied, to fulfill your soul, to some people call it purpose in life, I don't know how you would call this.
Yes, I think so. I would definitely choose a word that connects with the soul. Is somehow I found my connection to my own soul and to and discovered what their needs are. And in performing of all the procedures that I do, the massage, the reflexology, etc., this is where I employ what I can do and what the possibilities that I have.
And you're happy about it?
Definitely.
Thank you very much, Magda.
Thank you.
Thank you.